One game series that I've always enjoyed playing on my Raspberry Pi 4 is GTA. I never expected GTA to be up and running on a Raspberry Pi 4 when I first got it. But first of all, I would say this video, GTA on Raspberry Pi first try. So this was with PPSSPP, and it was running pretty bad. It was the first time I think I'd ever seen PPSSP on there, and yeah, I was amazed that it was playable, but it wasn't enjoyable. So next up, I started overclocking, and I started using Steam Link. Now Steam Link is kind of cheating. I was using my son's computer upstairs, and it was streaming to the Raspberry Pi, and Steam Link does work surprisingly well on the Pi 4. I also showed Dirt Rally, which ran incredibly well. This video was definitely a surprise. This is a Pi Labs project, and it was Raspbian 95. It's not available anymore, but it ran Windows 98 in a virtual machine, and I managed to get GTA running on it. Here it is booting up with an error. Here we go, so original GTA, and I had the demo of this on PC years and years ago, and I played it loads and loads. It used to time out after a certain amount of time, and it was very limited as a demo, but I just couldn't believe the sort of free roaming city that it was, and it was great to use. This was Vice City running in Windows 10 on the Raspberry Pi 4. This was a while ago now, and I didn't expect it to work because there's no hardware acceleration at all, but it did work on the very lowest of settings. And the graphics looked alright, but it was pretty jerky, and it wasn't enjoyable to play. So one of the best ways to play GTA on a Raspberry Pi is definitely through PPSSPP. PPSSPP works incredibly well on the Pi, and you can sometimes get away with 2 times resolution, but 1 times resolution works great. And so this is GTA Vice City Stories, I think it was. And the PSP version is surprisingly good. Then we come to Android. So this is Android 10, and it's running PPSSPP within Android 10, which also works pretty well as well. So GTA Vice City Stories as well. I have got Liberty City Stories, but it doesn't always run on Android. And as you can see, well, this is running at 2 times resolution, I would imagine, because it's not as smooth as it should be. But if you drop it down to 1 times, it runs really well. But now I think I've got GTA running the best in FydeOS. So let's just shut this down and launch FydeOS. I forgot to mention this version of Konstakang's Android 10, Lineage 17.1. So this was when 3D hardware was first supported on the Pi, and it did run really well. So Liberty City Stories, I sometimes find though I can't install this in Android on the Pi. Sometimes it's just rejected, but when it works, it is surprisingly good. There you go. So you can see the graphics look pretty decent, and overall it's pretty smooth. So let's quit out of that. And so I'm in FydeOS now, and FydeOS has support for Android, and I've got a separate video on how to install the Google Play Store into this. But if I click on GTA, well, let's go to the Play Store first of all and do a search, GTA San Andreas, and you can see that I've got this installed. So let's hit open. I'll just turn the sound down on the audio, even though the soundtrack is really good in this game. And this game does run incredibly well. I was always really excited because they had a skate park in here, and although I don't know if I can get out of here. Can I get out of here on the bike? Let's go straight out, or not quite. And we're out. So let's go and steal a car.
Come on, buddy boy.
Let's try and find a nice car to steal.
Pick it up, baby boy.
BMX on the freeway. And I'll check the settings on this in a minute to see what resolution and also what overclock. It's a bit fast, isn't it? There's no nice cars. It'd be nice to find something fast. Let's get off this. Oh, beautiful move. I won't have that. Let's just better have that. definitely have to have any car on I. That one will do.
My fur burger! Bingo, watcher!
Oh, alright. Oh, let's have a four-wheel drive. Yeah, it does play
Hey, Holmes.
really well.
It was bien firme.
Ever go down to la chica with both?
Bit of a dry run and test the physics. Oh, that wasn't good.
Watch the car!
Oh, what's they got? A golf club. Is that a golf club or just a stick? They don't give up easy, do they? What happens if they get me out? Let's give them the opportunity of... Oh, they're just hitting my car, are they?
I'm gonna teach you some manners.
What are you wearing exactly, pal?
Oh!
I know it is.
You'd think that was easier to get away. I am a coward. Oh, sorry. Oh, that looks like a fast car. I love that.
I'm having your ride, dear. Kill the lane!
We've got a passenger.
Your driving's gonna kill us all! Oh,
Oh no. Oh, I've just got a nice car. Crawling out. I want to get further away than that. Is it not going to? It is going to. Oh, he's safe. That. So, really, really good. Super impressive game. Running really well on the Pi within FydeOS. I did try and install it in some other versions of Android, and I'll do that now. Look at all the people though. It's actually a really populated environment as well. What's also super impressive with this is I'm not overclocked. I'm running at 1500. I'm running with a passively cooled case, and also the display is running at 1920 by 1080, which is all things that you wouldn't expect to run this well. So let's boot up in Android. So this is Konstakang's excellent version of Android TV, Android 11, and if we go to the Play Store and we do a search for GTA, you can see that San Andreas doesn't come up. Chinatown Wars comes and Liberty City Stories, which I have got. Can't remember if I've installed it on here. So let's have a search for San Andreas as well, just to do a more specific search, and you can see that it doesn't come up, and it's because the game mustn't be rated as a Android TV game, which is weird because it works with a controller, works full screen, looks amazing. Maybe it's just an oversight, but if I go back to the menu, so there's no other apps on there, I'll just try and install Liberty City Stories because I think that's the one I bought on Android. So if I go to install, connect to gamepad, I've already got a gamepad. I do love the overall interface of this Android TV. It looks really, really good, especially if you're using it on a TV and you're sat back at a distance. And here's the error I get: can't download GTA Liberty City Stories, try again. I've tried it several times, and it's weird because the GTA games sometimes install in Android on Raspberry Pi and sometimes don't. So this is Android 11, the Konstakang build, but this is the non-TV one, and I'm just installing Ada64 to check the specs, and also GTA Liberty City Stories and GTA San Andreas. So let's see how we get on. So you can see the error I'm getting: can't download GTA Liberty City Stories and can't download Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. So I'm going to restart and try it at 1080 and see if that makes a difference. I don't think it will, but I'm going to give it a try. It looks like it's installing alright, but it did do this before, and it just got to a certain stage, then it just stopped. Yeah, it got to 85% and then it just came back with install, so it gave up. Let's have a look. Can't download, try again if it still doesn't work. Right, okay. So I'm back in FydeOS. I did just have a thought that maybe Fortnite would work, because I've never been able to get Fortnite to work before. So the Epic Games app isn't in the App Store because there's some sort of dispute, and Apple are doing exactly the same thing. But I've installed it with APK Pure, and when I go to click on Fortnite, unfortunately it comes up device not supported. So it obviously detects that this isn't running a native Android system. But I thought it was worth a chance anyway. But certainly back to GTA, the best experience I've had on the Pi in playing GTA is the Android version of San Andreas running in FydeOS, which is basically Chromium, but with the Android App Store. Okay, so I hope you like this, hope it helps. Thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe.